Okay, when we graph rational functions, when we graph fractions and polynomial over polynomial, we get things on our graph called asymptote. An asymptote is a vertical or horizontal line that the graph appears to approach but never actually touches. So it's kind of a break in our graph. So if I were to graph each of these with proper parentheses, either on Desmos or your calculator, and estimate the equations for the vertical and horizontal asymptotes, okay? So this one right here, I have graphed over here on this side. Okay, get rid of this one so we can just see that all together. So that's my graph, and it appears as if there is a line that cuts this graph in two parts right about here. Okay, the equation of that line is, well, let's see, it intersects the x-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6. So it looks like x equals negative 6 is the vertical line that cuts the graph. And we also look like we have a horizontal split in this graph. And it looks like it comes right across here. You see how this blue graph looks like it's approaching that, but never actually touching it? Okay, and this horizontal line looks like it's intersecting the y-axis at y equals 1. So those are actually our two intercepts. Our two asymptotes, x equals negative 6 and y equals 1. So let's go ahead and write that as x equals negative 6 and y equals 1 as our two asymptotes. So again, if we look at the graph of the next one, I have that graphed over here. Okay, so I want to actually bring this. It's not letting me bring it to the front, but I want to bring it to the front. Okay, so this thing looks a lot more confusing than the last one because it has a lot more separations to it. So let me get that out of the way so it wasn't bothering us. Okay, so it looks like we have, if we just go and look at our vertical ones, it looks like we have this, a split in the graph right about here, right? Okay, well that would be at x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6. But it looks like this is actually a split as well in our graph. Okay, and that's at x equals 0. And it looks like we have another split in our graph right about here. So that would be at x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X equals 5. So we have 3 vertical asymptotes at x equals negative 6, 0, and 5. And let's see if we can figure out a horizontal asymptote. Well, this piece of the graph right here looks like it stops there. The problem is this branch of the graph doesn't. So it looks like the only part of the graph that none of the branches touch is the actual x-axis, which has the equation of y equals 0. So that would be our horizontal asymptote, y equals 0. Now there's a way to actually find these numbers out, find these equations out without looking at the graph, and we're going to do that now. So the rule to find the vertical asymptotes, it's always going to be x equals. Okay, vertical lines intersect the x-axis. Okay, so that's why it's going to be an x equals line. First, we're going to simplify the rational expression after we factor it. So let's go ahead and factor this one. I see a 2 that can come out. That leaves me with x squared plus 8x plus 15. Okay, and in the bottom, I see an x that can come out, which leaves me with x squared plus x minus 30. Now if I factor those two quadratics, I get x plus 3 and x plus 5. And in the denominator, I've got x and x minus, I first thought of 10 and 3, but that's not going to work. And 15 and 2 is not going to work because remember it has to add up to 1. But how about x minus 5 and x plus 6? Negative 5 and positive 6 multiply to negative 30 and add up to positive 1. Okay, so you'll see that nothing actually cancels out, nothing simplifies out of this, so this is as simple as this rational expression goes. So what we need to do is set any remaining factors in the denominator equal to 0. So we have x equals 0, we have x minus 5 equals 0, and we have x plus 6 equals 0. And we're going to solve them for x. Well, that one's already solved for x. This one says x equals 5, and this one says x equals negative 6. So we actually have 3 vertical asymptotes here. Vertical asymptotes will happen at each one of these. So it'll be a lot like that last graph we looked at, that it'll have 3 vertical lines that split the branches of the graph. So let's try it with this one over here. We're going to factor the numerator. I see a 2 and everything. Remember, common factor has to come out first. So I've got x squared plus 2x minus 8. In the denominator, I see a common factor of 3. So 3 times x squared plus 4x minus 12. Two things that multiply to negative 8 add up to 2. I'm looking at x plus 4 and x minus 2. And two things that multiply to negative 12 but add up to 4. I see x plus 6 and x minus 2. Okay, and you'll notice in this one we actually do have some common factors that can cancel out. So all that's really left here, I have 3. Well, that doesn't have a variable in it, so I don't have to worry about that. I really just have to worry about the x plus 6, setting it equal to 0. So x equals negative 6 is my vertical asymptote. I only have one vertical asymptote for this one. Okay, horizontal asymptotes actually follow some rules. So that's what we're going to look at on the next slide, is the horizontal asymptotes. Okay, horizontal lines all go through the y-axis, so they all have the equation of y equals. All right, there are 3 options. We want to look at the degree of the numerator and compare it to the degree of the denominator. So if the degree of the numerator is smaller than the degree of the denominator, it's automatically going to be the answer y equals 0. If the degree of the numerator equals the degree of the denominator, then we do a fraction of the leading coefficients of the polynomials. And if the numerator is actually greater, the numerator's degree is greater than the degree of the denominator, then there's not going to be any horizontal asymptote. So we don't have to do any factoring to find the horizontal asymptote. We just have to look at the degrees. So right now with this one, I see a degree of 2 and a degree of 3. So this one tells me that the degree of the numerator is smaller than the degree of the denominator. So this one is actually going to follow this rule here. Okay, so these things tell me that piece. So that means my horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. So I figure out which rule it's following, and that answers my question. Here, I see the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator are both 2. So it's following this rule. When it says leading coefficient divided by leading coefficient, okay, so the leading coefficient of the numerator is 2, and the leading coefficient of the denominator is 3. So the equation of my horizontal asymptote will actually be y equals 2/3. On this last one, if we look, the degree of the numerator is actually larger than the degree of the denominator. So that means there will be none. Well, it would help if I used the right letters when I'm writing words, wouldn't it? All right, so that means it actually would be none.